The Packers continue training camp tonight when they shift their practice to later in the day. And while Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the gang continue to prepare for their first preseason game, Rodgers took the time today to address Tom Brady's birthday and his own longevity.
Brady turned 40 today. Where do you see yourself standing at age 40?
Hopefully right here. Hopefully talking to you guys right here.
Do you think that's realistic? I mean, and to do it like he's obviously done it at a high level, is that realistic to think?
I do think it's realistic. I hope it's in this locker room, though. That would mean that it's been, at a high level. Being around him a few times, I see his approach. He's got really good habits. Not just his eating habits, which are well documented, but he's got a preparation routine that works for him, and obviously he's one of the most talented guys ever played the position. So when you combine that with a high IQ and then really good habits on and off the field, you're going to see sustained greatness probably.
With Steve Young on the satellite, we're going to ask as many quarterback questions as possible. Steve, injuries have plagued some starting quarterbacks this offseason and now into training camp. Let's start with Cam Newton. He had off-season shoulder surgery. Now there's lingering soreness as a fellow mobile quarterback. How would you counsel Cam to prolong his career?
Susie, if I took my career and I split it in half and I defined the first half as a physical kind of part of my career, it's like I used my running, my legs, I did whatever I could to put the ball in the end zone. The second half became very intellectual, and that's how I attacked the game. And I would suggest Cam's the same way, a very smart guy. The first half's been physical. I mean, he's been as physical as he ever, it's more than he wanted, right? And now he's starting to get the injuries and to show up. In the second half, really, of his career, another 10 years, hopefully, needs to be more intellectual, where he's just not going to look, he'll still run around, still use his body like I did, but if you define the halves of your career, this is the part that now I'm going to outthink everybody and take away some of the extended plays that put myself at risk and just say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to attack it in a different way.
Andrew Luck would be smart to follow that same advice. He had off-season shoulder surgery, and now it seems like it's slow going to get him back on the field. How do you get the timing down with your receivers when you can't throw to them?
Well, he's an elite player. He knows the timing. He understands it. He gets it, but he needs help. I almost want to scream at help. Help, Andrew Luck. I mean, it really is difficult to watch, to see a guy that's such a great player, wallowing without a lot of support. And I think, and the injuries are going to keep mounting as he keeps facing. This is the kind of kid that will not blink. He'll stand in, he'll take the beating until his body gives out. And that'll shorten his career, shorten his excellence. And so of all the guys in the league that I pray for support, especially at offensive line, because he can figure out the running back or receiver stuff, get people open. Just give him some protection, please. At the end of the day, that's going to be the biggest thing that can help, the timing between quarterback and receiver.
Free agent quarterback Colin Kaepernick's name came up again during this show, maybe an opportunity in Miami. Steve, you saw him up close in San Francisco. Do you believe he's talented enough to be on a roster this season?
Of course. I mean, you saw what he did last year. He had that kind of run and shoot mentality. The offense was perfect for him. Use speed to kind of put defenses on their heels and then just run plays. Find the first receiver, hit him, scramble around, make a play. I mean, in that way, it was instant offense. I mean, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That doesn't happen if you're a backup quarterback sitting in the pocket. The guy can make plays. So to me, as a backup quarterback, and you can use him in that way, instant offense kind of a way, there's no question that Colin Kaepernick with the ball in his hand, again, doing those kinds of things can be very successful.
Steve, great to have you on the show today. Always good to talk to you.